Hello and welcome to Kaide Tarot, a space for soulful guidance and intuitive connection. I have a very special message to share today. So this is an intuitive reading for the collective that is meant to find you when it does. As always, you will know intuitively if this energy reading is for you or not, so take what resonates. So I actually started videoing this reading yesterday, and it was a beautiful, synchronicity, chain of events, the way that this whole reading happened. And I was shuffling cards, and these cards just started popping out. All of these cards jumped out of my deck, and I knew this was a reading that I was going to need to video. So I attempted to video this reading yesterday, and that's why you see that short out there. But there was a lot of distractions. My neighbors were having a party, the kids were screaming in the pool, and I just decided this reading was too special to not be able to deliver it in a nice, calm manner without lots of distractions. So I am resuming this video and this reading for you today. Very, very excited about this reading. This message is so special. So the message that came through while I was shuffling, I knew right away it's for those of us walking the path of intuitive creation. If you're building something sacred, a tarot channel, a healing offering, a body of work that comes from your soul, this reading is for you. So these are the cards that came out. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, the Magician, 10 of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. And I will show you affirmation cards that I felt inclined to pull after I got done reading these cards, and share another synchronicity with you as well. So let's get started. The message right away from all these cards was clear. The message was, you are at a threshold, and the work you are doing, it matters. So 7 of Pentacles tells me you've been planting seeds quietly, diligently, maybe wondering if it's working, but right beside it, 6 of Wands, a card of recognition, visibility, and success. You are meant to be seen, and this work, it's not just for you, it's a gift for others, and it is time, divine timing. Then we move over to the 4 of Cups, which often appears when your heart is undergoing like a quiet realignment, an inner refinement. You're choosing to say no to what no longer aligns, so that a deeper, quieter yes can rise. You're becoming available to the right invitations, the soul level ones. I know some of you are really feeling this. I'm feeling it right along with you. Then we'll move on to the 2 of Pentacles, which reminds you that your energy is sacred. You're juggling a lot, right? Balance, adaptability, time management. Life. You could be juggling life, healing, creativity. But this card also says you don't have to do it all. Make space, choose rhythm over rushing. You're allowed to protect your capacity. Know your capacity and protect your capacity. And then we move down here to the Magician, and the Magician reminds you that you already have everything you need. in this practice. So your presence, your wisdom, your way of speaking truth, that is your medicine. That is your healing medicine. Then right next to the Magician, we have the Ten of Wands, right? So if you're feeling that you're being stretched too thin, that's the Ten of Wands. You've been carrying a lot, maybe even doubting your own voice. But again, the Magician right next to it, reminding you, you already have everything you need. Everything you need is inside of you. Moving on further this way, we have the lovely Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, this is your essence, your intuition, your softness, your ability to feel deeply. This is what sets you apart, my friends. Don't hide it. Don't water it down. Honor the Queen of Cups. Again, these readings, there are no gender. So if you see a female or a male in tarot, the gender doesn't matter. Just if that resonates with you is what matters. Moving on from there, we have the King of Pentacles along with the Nine of Pentacles. So you're being shown what's possible when you let yourself thrive. Not hustle, not force, but build something steady, soulful, and self-led. This is your green light. Two of Wands speaks of expansion, of you stepping into a wider vision of what's possible. You've outgrown the starting phase. You're ready to move. This card arrives when you're no longer dreaming. You're beginning to envision your next bold move. It's the gathering of will, the opening of perspective, the moment you realize, I have come far. I am capable of more. It asks, what's the long-term vision? What do I want this channel or this project to grow into? You're moving from uploading videos or, making plans to building a mission. Think of the Two of Wands as like a bridge between intuition and implementation. It invites you to invest, to explore, to expand your reach. Even if the path ahead isn't fully mapped out yet, you're no longer the beginner. You're ready to move through the threshold into the next chapter. With the Nine of Pentacles, I'm also hearing sovereignty, self-worth, and thriving. Like, this is the ultimate card for spiritual entrepreneurs. You're being guided toward a life where your gifts are valued, your time is your own, and you flourish in your own energy. So yeah, that is a message. It flows beautifully. It is meant to be heard. It gets more special from here. But if you have been waiting for a sign, this is it, my friends. You are not imagining your calling. You're living it. Keep creating. Keep showing up. You're not alone on this path. You're supported by both spirit and earth. Pentacles, cups, and wands are all present in this reading. So from there, with the oracle cards, this reading took an even more personal turn. I knew that I was channeling a very special message for some of you out there. And I'll get into that. So I used a Hattie Thorne Lovers Oracle deck. And the first card that came out with that was the Horse, which says freedom and strength in partnerships. When you are working from your soul's purpose, that is the ultimate freedom. When you're arriving in your life finding your purpose, doing a soulful project, doing something that truly resonates with your vibration, with your being, with who you are. That is the ultimate freedom. That is going to fill your cup over and over. And there is strength in partnerships. Maybe there's people around you who have inspired you. Maybe there are people who are going to inspire you. Let this reading inspire you. Claim it. Strengthen partnerships. Freedom and strengthen partnerships. And then rose quartz came out. Rose quartz. That stone's been very special to me lately, so I found that interesting. Unconditional love and healing of the heart. So as you're doing this work, it's not only healing for your heart, you're helping to heal other hearts. When you are working from your soul, from your heart, that is unconditional love that you are spreading into this world. Precious gift. And then this angelic light work deck, healing oracle. I pulled the card number 13, recovery into grace. I will read you that from the book. And with recovery into grace, number 13, from the sudden ending of a career to the unwanted finish of a relationship, or the devastating act and aftermath of suicide, a loss, can test the capacity of our hearts to remain open with compassion. Loss can be difficult to process, even if it is more subtle, such as releasing of a habit or a belief system you cannot rely upon anymore. All loss can carry pain. However, there is a spiritual commitment, a promise that you and all souls impacted by loss shall be loved and guided by the angels to find a healing pathway through emotional wreckage. So before I finish reading the rest of it, I want to say to any of you whose heart is currently in pain, suffering from a loss, big or small, but especially a big loss in your life, let that loss illuminate your heart. Sometimes when we are cracked open, often when we are cracked open, that is when our heart reveals so much to us. Our soul reveals so much to us. We go on new journeys of healing, and we learn lessons that are so valuable to teach others. And I just want you to know that if you have suffered a great loss, my sympathy, I give you my sympathy. And I pray for healing for your heart. So continuing on with the reading, in some way you shall grow and heal, stronger than you were before. This oracle brings comfort in response to grief to all in need. Grace shall descend, and from that grace there shall be growth, and for that growth there shall be gratitude. Fear not, your heart shall know peace again, healing of the heart, recovery into grace. Excuse me. Peace is coming for your heart. And the final card I pulled was from this beautiful butterfly deck. Blue butterflies are very special to me in my life. They have a symbolic meaning for me and someone that I've lost. And so I pulled this card, and it came out as the sobriety card. Meaning of this reading getting just a little bit more personal and a little bit more special. So whoever this speaks to, I will read you this. You are becoming more aware and sensitive according to this card. By detoxing and abstaining from chemicals, you're more in touch with your inner guidance and true feelings. Sobriety allows you to focus so that your healing and manifestation work head in the best direction. So here we're talking about healing and manifestation work, your spiritual entrepreneurship project that you're working on. And this card is saying, sobriety allows you to focus so that your healing and manifestation work head in the best direction. Getting and staying sober usually requires some support, strengthen partnerships, which is normal and nothing to feel ashamed about. There are free 12-step meetings in every city and even online under addiction names such as Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. These meetings will set you up with a sponsor, strengthen partnerships, excuse me, which is a layperson counselor to help you remain sober. Additional meanings of this sobriety card: a loved one's addictions or sobriety. So maybe it's not yours, but maybe you're dealing with a loved one and addictions. Codependency issues, detoxing, recovery from a relapse, or helping others gain sobriety, which you can also do through your soulful work. So yes, very powerful message here. I myself have learned that when I detox, when I keep chemicals out of my system, my third eye, my meditations, all become more powerful, all settle in a deeper vibration. My ascension feels to get so much stronger. I grow more. I move up that ascension ladder when I keep chemicals out of my system. This is not to judge or say that you shouldn't drink or anything like that at all. This is simply a very special channeled message to those of you who are not only building an entrepreneurship, a spiritual entrepreneurship, but building from a place in the heart where maybe your heart has been fractured through loss or grief. Maybe there has been a struggle with you or your loved one with sobriety. And this message says, keep going. Keep going. There is healing of the heart on the way. There is this whole blessing. A blessing in disguise, right? A blessing in disguise. So before I started videoing this recording, I was running through my kitchen, grabbing a drink, and I had baby's breath on my counter. And I often love to put fresh flowers on my altar. It just brings more life to my altar. I love something living on my altar. And I was like, oh, I'm going to grab some baby's breath and throw it in this video. And I was like, I wonder what the spiritual meaning is of baby's breath. And I would love to share that with you. So we have innocence and purity. Baby's breath symbolizes pure love, untouched truth, the sacred simplicity. Spiritually, it invites you to return to the essence of your heart. Return to the essence of your heart, unguarded, receptive, and open to divine presence. The breath of the Spirit. I love that. Instead of baby's breath, the breath of the Spirit. As its name implies, baby's breath evokes the soft breath of life itself. It reminds us to connect to Spirit through breath, calm, gentle, continuous. It's an excellent flower to work with during meditation, grief rituals, another tie-in. Breath work, supporting the nervous system, and emotional release. Divine presence in the smallness. So white tiny blossoms symbolize the beauty of the unseen and the quiet. In a spiritual sense, it teaches that subtlety is sacred. It's a lovely companion for introverts, empaths, and healers whose power lies in stillness and softness. So here I am speaking to you empaths and healers and this flower called to me to remind you that your power lies in stillness and softness. It also represents eternal love and ancestral connection. Baby's breath is often used in memorials, weddings, symbolizing everlasting love. The soul's continuity, a bridge, like this card here we were talking about, and a bridge between worlds. In ancestral work, it can represent the whisper of those who came before you. Delicate, but always present in your heart. For ritual use, you can place it on an altar to call in angelic energy, which I am full-heartedly feeling in this message here. For inner child healing, ties into sobriety, or to honor the beginnings of your entrepreneur spiritual work and transitions. Pair it with rose quartz and for extra or additional emotional healing and gentle self-love. So my friends, I offer you gentle self-love through this process, on this journey. I am with you. I hope this reading touched those of you that it was meant to touch. I feel honored to have channeled this message. And if this spoke to you, please leave a comment and share what you're creating. I would love to read those comments, and I will be here. I will be rooting for you. Please like or subscribe to anchor this message and come back again for more spiritually, intuitively connected messages. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and good luck on your spiritual journey.